Hello, my name's Christina Fox and today I'm on my allotment. We've been doing lots of work on our hedgerow, and which means we've ended up with lots of sticks and big branches, and normally that would all end up on the bonfire, but this year what I want to do is use some of them for some crafts. So I thought I can make some magic wands, that might be neat. I can make some more scarecrows, which I did last year for our Halloween, but also if I get 5 sticks together I can make a sort of star, so that would look nice for Christmas or for Halloween as well. So those are some little projects I have in mind, and then maybe I'll think of a few more as we go. But what I thought would be really useful is to go through the tools to safely and cleanly cut some sticks. So if you're going to do this yourself, you hopefully will have a dig around and see if you've got something like this, or maybe if you get serious about it, you will go and buy some. So I'm going to go through what I have here on the desk, which is I've got some secateurs, I've got some loppers, and I've got a saw as well. So what I've got here are 2 pairs of secateurs, which are used for different types of jobs. So these ones are bypass, and if I can undo the safety catch, which is quite stiff on these, there we go. These are like a pair of scissors, and so one blade passes by the other and it makes a nice clean cut, and that means they're great for living plant material. So if I was going to be cutting flowers for the vase to take home, then I would use a pair of bypass. But if I want to cut something that's already dead, then these were a better option, because these are Anvil secateurs, and you've got a blade, but it doesn't sort of slice past, it cuts into the middle of this piece down here. And so what it can do is it can crush if you're not careful. So it's not really so good on living material, but great on very hard or dead material. So these ones as well are ratchet. So if I sort of squeeze them several times, then I should be able to get through this piece of wood. So if I squeeze and then squeeze, squeeze again, and probably one more time. Oh no, one more. There we go. I'm through. And look at that, it's a lovely clean cut. That's perfect. That's exactly what I'd want. So that looks really nice and neat and tidy. So, so that's Anvil for thick stuff, but also dead. Whereas these are bypass, which is for lighter, thinner things, but more alive, like say flowers. Okay. Now, those are fine for something this thickness, but then what do you use when you've got much thicker branches? Okay, so let me move that out of the way. So this is the business end of our loppers, and you can see one of them again is bypass and the other one is an Anvil. But what's really important about these guys is when I zoom out, you'll see they have very long handles, and so that gives you that pivot in order to be able to not only reach a really high branch, but to be able to sort of push those handles together and get a lot of force to cut through something that's quite thick. If I open that up, pop that in, I should be able to. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Took a bit of effort, but you can see I've gone through, that's about 1 inch thick piece of branch. The trouble is it's all damaged. Let me zoom in and I'll show you. So there we go. That's what I've just cut. Now, if that was still the branch that was attached to the tree, you can see, look, it's all damaged, and that's where disease would get in. So you've got to always make sure that you have the right tool for the job. So these are fine, these Anvil ones are fine for dead wood, but really if you're cutting live wood, then you'd want to use the bypass because they cause a lot less damage. Okay, so this is something else that I've got. This is a saw. This is a kind of handy one because it press a button and it sort of folds in, so it makes it a little bit safer. So if I had a really thick branch, then I would use that, and it's got nice sort of sharp teeth. So that's good for getting a really sort of quite thick, decent sized branch down. Anything bigger than that, then you're probably thinking of using a chainsaw, and that's not something I'm going to be using from a craft point of view. So if you're going to use sticks, you're going to use wood, maybe you might want to make some magic wands or some scarecrows as well, then I highly recommend get yourself a really good pair of secateurs. If you're cutting from living trees, then you're better off with bypass. If you are cutting dead wood, and it doesn't matter if it's damaged a little bit, then Anvil will be fine.